from your cell phones or 1-888-550-KTRS. For some folks, it's almost the most wonderful time
of the year.
And why is that?
Because it's the Smart Choices About Your Healthcare segment.
Sponsored by our very good friends
at Coventry Healthcare of Missouri.
And Aetna Company.
That happens every week.
It certainly does. But there's also another reason, is because we're getting closer and closer, because open enrollment
for Medicare
is just around the corner.
That's right. October 15th is when open enrollment begins for Medicare, and most of the plans are released by October 1st, which is excellent. It's really your opportunity it's really the great do-over, right?
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to change your Medicare Part D plan, which is your prescription drug plan, which I highly recommend, not necessarily switching, but looking at the plan options, because they do change pretty significantly every year.
And so do the premiums.
So do the premiums, the formularies, and the copays. So you definitely want to take a look at what you have versus what's available to you.
So what are a couple ways you can do that?
So you can, I believe Walgreens still offers the ability for you to take your drugs to them, and they'll run the list and tell you what the best option is.
They actually run a spreadsheet, don't they?
Yep, that shows you it's a Medicare approved comparison that will show you what the premium is, what your copays will be, what your annual expense will be.
And you do that too, right? You charge like $50.
Luckily, I charge like $0.
Okay.
It's great.
But that's something that you do automatically for clients?
That's right. So with our clients, what we do is every year we send out a comparison for the individuals that are on our Medicare Advantage plans, what the 2016 or what the 2017 plans look like versus the 2018 plans, and then everyone has the opportunity to come in for a review.
Well, and they may want to, specifically because if they change physicians, that may affect their networks.
Exactly.
If they've changed drugs, especially, that could affect what's happening on their formulary listings, right?
That's very true. Also, we have several clients that are really interested in a Medicare Advantage plan they're not currently using. So the three major carriers in Missouri and Illinois are United Healthcare, Coventry, which is owned by Aetna, and Essence. And many times their providers are in two of the networks, but they're really looking for the one that they really would like, that Medicare Advantage plan that their physician isn't participating in. So we're always happy to check to see if their physicians have decided to contract. So it's always good to check every year, because things do change. But I think that open enrollment is especially important for the individuals that are using Medicare supplements.
Yeah, this gives them the chance, right?
This gives them the chance every year to consider if they are still happy with their Medicare supplement, or if they're interested in a Medicare Advantage plan, are able to switch over with no medical underwriting, and also able to switch back within the year. If you say, hey, I tried it out, but I'm not in love, you have what's called the free look period to decide if you like Medicare Advantage. But, most people that aged into Medicare at 65 were paying probably $175 a month for a supplement and their prescription drug plan. So that's about $2,100 a year in premium. But as you get older, everyone knows the premiums continue to rise. So a lot of people might be at the point where their premiums have gone up potentially significantly from that initial premium when they were 65.
Right.
Medicare Advantage plans have out-of-pocket maximums between $2,400 and $3,400.
So it's sort of a pay-as-you-go.
Exactly, versus paying all of your premium every single year.
Mm-hmm.
You have the same care. Most of the time you have access to the same physicians, and we do that work to check before you make that decision to make the leap. And there's also extra benefits involved.
Goodies.
So, exactly. So maybe it didn't make sense at first to try the supplement. Maybe you didn't know, to try the Medicare Advantage plan. Maybe you didn't know that they were available or what they were truly about, but this gives you the opportunity to meet with someone to give you that information and make the decision. You definitely want to meet with someone like myself that's a broker that can show you all of the options. So
on both sides of the fence,
exactly,
right?
Can compare what you have now to what all your Medicare Advantage options are. Because if you call the carrier directly, like United Healthcare, for example, they're happy to talk to you about Medicare Advantage, but you only hear about their plans. So it's important to see all of your options, especially when you have the opportunity to make a switch that really not only does it not cost you anything, but you have the ability to reverse it if necessary.
And again, Erin, you've helped almost 1,000 people.
Yes.
In doing this, which is very cool, and we've got the process down.
Exactly. We really just ask for a list of your physicians and prescriptions. We take a look at what the best options are for you, and then I sit down during a coaching session and we compare them. If you decide you're happy where you are, you stay. If you want to make a switch, we facilitate all of the paperwork, and then we're also there for you for any claims issues or insurance issues that you have down the road.
We do, and naturally, many of the folks that visit with us for coaching sessions and some that do eventually become clients aren't those that are Medicare eligible. Sometimes they're younger.
Exactly. So we help with the transition first we help with the transition if they've decided to retire during the time that they become a client. What do they choose to bridge to Medicare, COBRA, an individual policy, potentially jumping onto a spouse's policy? And then once we get to the Medicare enrollment, we help